So I want to give you a little bit more in the rest of this, and we're going to move into another segment of our retreat. And some of you have taken my health and fitness as a spiritual practice, so it comes from that. For the next 30 days, I'm going to invite all of us to make a commitment to do something I call the MPP program. The MPP program will elevate your new year, your new you, your new becoming. For 30 days, make a commitment to meditate, move, and pray every day. And I'm going to invite you to do it in the morning, because here's what happens. I'm teaching from transparency, so here's your brother. If I gotta wait to the end of the day or the middle of the day to do my meditation or do my workout, it might not happen. Chances are it probably won't happen. So what happens when you do your MMP? You set yourself up for success. Your day is anchored already in spirit that's going to lead you through the rest of your day. Now, we've had these classes together and people say, I can't do it. That's fine. If you're willing, it will happen. And if you're not willing, just be willing to be willing. Be willing to be willing. So we meditate. Meditation is a lot easier than we want to create in our own mind. Meditation is simply sitting down, closing your eyes, and being aware of how you're breathing. Oh, I'm breathing. I am breathing. You can go deeper and you can count the breaths. Or maybe you can go to Insight Timer and you follow Rev Skip Jennings. There's a plug. And on Insight Timer, there's 60 different meditations you can follow. Guided meditations is probably one of my favorite meditations to do. If you don't have Insight Timer, I'll help you download it at the break. Maybe if you sit and you drink tea in the morning, you look at the tea, you smell the tea, you be with the tea, that is meditation. Thich Nhat Hanh talks about this in his book, Living Buddha, Living Christ. And a man came to Buddha and said, Buddha, what do you Buddhists do? And Buddha said, oh, we eat, we sit, we walk, we sleep. The man says, well, I eat, I sleep, I walk, I sit. And Buddha says, but when we walk, we know we're walking. When we eat, we know we're eating. When we are sleeping, we know we're sleeping. Are you mindful in what you're doing? Maybe just taking a walk around the natural movement part, but how you're walking is meditation. Today we're going to do Qigong, movement, energy. The movement is so important for the becoming. The movement is required. The body temple is required to move. It wants to move. Some way, somehow, it does not want to be sedentary. And sedentary is the new cancer. This is not my report. It is out there. People who are still and not moving are dying at a rapid rate. The body temple requires for us to move. So maybe your movement might be walking for 30 days. Maybe your movement might be yoga for 30 days. Maybe your movement might be just turning on some music and dancing. Maybe you might be getting on a treadmill, getting on a bike, going to the gym, but commit to some type of movement for the next 30 days. And what happens when we do something for 30 days? It becomes a practice. It becomes a practice. See, some people, well, let me try it for a day or two, and let me do this. And I always say to people, if this is your first time doing yoga, you got to give it at least 6 more times before you can say, I don't like yoga. Some of y'all know, y'all came here and didn't like yoga until you start doing yoga with me. And it's powerful. The last thing I truly believe is prayer. Prayer is our communication to the universe. We already talked about the universe and the energy. When we speak into the universe, into the energy, we activate the law, and that is our prayer communication. I don't believe there's any wrong or right way of praying. Anne Lamott, another book that she wrote, is so important that we have 3 prayers: thanks, help, wow. So if the only prayer we say, Meister Eckhart, 14th century monk said, if the only prayer that we say is thank you, it suffices. So maybe your prayer life might be, thank you, God, I'm awake and aware and right in my mind. Thank you, Spirit, that I can go to work. Thank you, Spirit, for my partner. Thank you, Spirit, for the food I'm eating. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every day, pray. It will transform your life. Take a breath in. Big exhale. So I believe that when we make a decision to transform our own life, it's a residual effect because we are one. We are a community. So what we do in our own personal spiritual life is felt within our community. Again, let's take another deep breath in and a big exhale. What is the intention that you're working with today? See that seed of intention that is being planted right now. See the seed being planted into the soil of your mind. Now begin to see the seed begin to blossom, begin to grow, begin to awaken. See the seed being cracked open. Maybe there's a little sprout that's starting to emerge. In the darkness comes the light, because the light is present in the darkness. Take your right hand, place it onto your heart. The left hand onto your belly button. Repeat after me. I am free to grow.
I am free to grow.
I am free to become.
I am free to become.
I am free to emerge.
I am free to emerge.
I am free to awaken.
I am free to awaken.
I am free to become.
I am free to become.
I am free. I am free.
I am free.
I am free.
I am free.
Take a deep breath in. Big exhale. Repeat after me. I welcome myself to this new space.
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 Here, partner up. I'm going to have you partner up with Sean. This is Mark, Sean. I'm going to have you two partner up here. All right, so these are our accountability partners. And in our training, does anyone not have an accountability partner? This is the partner that we check in with throughout the day, especially when stuff comes up. So here's our agreement with accountability partners. It's the Vegas rule. And especially here in this space now, we're about to share in some deep ways. What happens here stays here, although that doesn't happen in Vegas. That's an old paradigm. But it is an agreement of sacred conversation that we do not share outside of the space unless it's been communicated with your accountability partner. Like if I share in this space that I have a mole on my butt, Sunday morning you can't run up to me and go, "Hey Skip, how's that mole on your butt?" It has to be a place of accountability, to be in a place of confidentiality. When you share with each other, we share without judgments, and that can be very hard. So if you find yourself going to a place of judgment, reel it back. Just reel it back. And knowing that the person that you're speaking to is you, and you are the person you're speaking to. So we listen without judgment. We listen, and mindful listening means not thinking about what you're going to say to that person or your partner, but just being open and listening. We want ample time. So I'm going to give 5 minutes for the first partner to really share what's coming up and maybe your intention. This is a time of sacred sharing. You can't do this wrong. Then I'm going to say switch. And then it will be the other person's time for sacred sharing. All right? Go ahead and connect with your partner. Go ahead and connect with your partner. And this is a time where you just get to share from your heart. You might have to do a little bit of movement, that's okay. Ellen, that's beautiful, because what you're talking about is purpose. You know that there's something within you that you've been called to give, your talents, your gifts. And it's not about doing, it really is about becoming and giving. You're becoming this to give. So you're tapping into, I believe, it's a new paradigm that we're being called forth to live in. There's a new paradigm that's awakening. And the new paradigm is, what can I bring to this community? What are my gifts? What are my talents? If you see the circle is the reason why I do all my retreats in a circle. I used to do my retreats in everyone goes this way and I'm at the very top. And Spirit spoke to me. The first retreat we did was very much like this. And yes, we're going to do yoga. We're going to do Qigong in the circle, but we're going to do yoga. But this is a representation of the matriarchal way of leadership. The matriarchal way of leadership says that your circle, your circle, your circle, your circle, and our circles intertwine into circles, and we make more circles, and we have one big circle, and everyone's in a big circle. There's no one at the very top. In this circle, we understand that we have talents and gifts uniquely given to us that we bring from the universe to share with the circles. I'm a healer. I'm a spiritual leader. I'm a shaman. That is my gifts. That is my talents. Some people might be a divine yoga instructor. And you're bringing wholeness to our tribe, to our center. You might bring the gifts of organization, and you see the organization. That's the gift you're bringing. What is your gifts?